Now I'm going to the Google and search for freedns.afraid.org. Here I will made my sign up. I will made my free DNS account, and which will provide us a subdomain network and its IP address, which will help us to do the connections with a VPN server. So I have signed up for the account, and it gives you confirmation within minutes. And here I'm on Google and type for freedns.afraid.org. So we have signed up for the creating an account, and let's just find the feature of subdomain name so that we can add the information inside it and made it. So I have found the subdomain name on the left extreme side. It's on the third number. So there we go. And we have to log in here. So I have made the account as I stated earlier, and we have to just log in it. So it's just login, and now we have to add the subdomain name. So in subdomain name type is A, and in subdomain I am putting my own name Bakshish and then VPN, because it's a VPN related project. And in domain you can choose any public domain. I'm choosing crapdance.com, and the destination is I will give it 0.0.0.0, so that you can see the change when we actually made the implementations into the Raspberry Pi. So here we have to fill up the captcha and save the settings, and there you go. As you can see that it can create a subdomain name with a 0.0.0.0 IP address. And now let's just go to the PowerShell and SSH into our Raspberry Pi. So it will ask for the password, and I will post the password right here, and there you go. Now we have to do some DD client work here, just so that we can try our subdomain name. So I will put sudo apt install DD client. This will help you to install DD client on your Raspberry Pi. Now I will nano into the file which is of DD client, and we can make changes to it, and then we will proceed further. So here, as you can see, that I have to manually put this script, because copy and pasting is not available for this Raspberry Pi section, Raspberry Pi session, and I have to manually put all the scripting right here. So as you can see that I have put this script, and I will it's up on the internet on GitHub. As you can see that I will log in as Bakshish80 and then password, and then my subdomain name bakshishvpn.crapdance.com. As you can see that I have made changes to it. Now I will restart my DD client, so that we can know like what would happen next. So for that is sudo system restart DD client, and I have put the wrong name. It's DD client. Now let's just see the status of DD client, which you can see on the screen of Raspberry Pi, and it says status and then DD client, and hit enter. As you can see that on the last side it says failed. That means we haven't updated it. So let's just go to the Chrome where we have add the subdomain name, and we have added the subdomain name of 0.0.0.0, and let's just refresh the page. As you can see that it changes to a new number. That means our DD client still works. Now next is port forwarding. Our second feature is port forwarding. So what we have to do is we have to log in into our router using default gateway. So I am using a Hawaii router, so I know my username and password, and then we will just land into here. And here on the home page, as you can see that we have wired connect devices. On the wired devices we have Raspberry Pi, which I do manually wired it to my Wi-Fi router. As you can see that we can click on the application which is of the connection of Raspberry Pi, and it just we have to select the port mapping, which is often called port forwarding in other routers. So it will show up the page, and now we have to manually, don't have to fill because we have chosen the Raspberry Pi. So we have to choose the application and then the PPTP, and then we will choose which application we will use for the VPN server. So we will use WireGuard for that, and then we have to choose the protocol, which should be UDP, and everything is fine. You can just apply for it, and there you go. It will just show us like it's been added, the port forwarding has been added, and we can use the VPN now. So the entry has been made. Next on, the third feature is installing WireGuard VPN. So you can find a script of or a link you can say on GitHub, and we can paste it into the Raspberry Pi. So it's like we get and then HTTPS, and it's called for the install and all the process. So we can basically install wireless WireGuard VPN on a Raspberry Pi. So in the WireGuard VPN we have just installed it, and now what we have to do is uh, we will do jump drive into it. So for that we have to do sudo bash wireguard, and then I have to select it's like install and then dot and then sh. So it will ask for the host name. We will put our subdomain name here, that is bakshish vpn and .crapdance.com. so that's our host name that we have been created in the previous process. So that's also an advantage of creating a host name in which you can use the WireGuard VPN, and you can put your host name inside it, and it will redirect you to that particular IP address that we have chosen in the port forwarding section. So here we have to choose the name, so I am just giving my own name, that is Bakshish. And now we have to choose a DNS server. Now I will choose a third server, that is a 1.1.1.1, because this is because I rely on it, and you can also go for the Google and all that kind of stuff. So it will just fetch the details and give us a QR code. So after getting the QR code, we will on our cellular we will install WireGuard VPN on our Play Store, from our Play Store, and we will scan that QR code. As you can see right there, a QR will be appear right here. So it's just the normal process. Now what we have to do is we will go for who.wer.net. Here we will check our IP address. As you can see that our IP address is 124.253.2.75. So now I will go to the WireGuard and we will scan our QR code. So here it is. So it will okay. So now we have to give it a name. I will just give my own name, that is Home Bakshish Home, and then we will turn it on. Now I'm going to the same Chrome browser, and we will check the IP address if it changes. Now let's refresh the page, and as you can see that our IP address actually changes. That means it works. It helps us to access to our personal files and not exposing our IP address on public Wi-Fi.